Okay, we've got a bit of a puzzle today. So this is a Dewalt puzzle, and we've got some casings and a couple of bags of bits. So one of you have sent this in to me. I believe you said it was a family member that did this, but we all say that, don't we? I believe you. We've got a few bits here. Let's get all this out, see what we've got, see what's missing, if anything. I can see already there's potentially a ball bearing missing there, which is not a good sign. Very cheap though, we can just get some more. And here's all the bits. So let's see if we've got all the springs and all the screws. And they keep coming. Right, hopefully we have. But if not, this particular one, you can basically get everything for, which is pretty good. So a couple of main springs there. Just separate this out. Looks like the little one's missing actually from there. So there needs to be a small one in here, which basically locks it in place. Otherwise, when this starts vibrating, that'll just turn and the gears will slip in and out, which is not good. But we can get one of those fairly simply. A couple of bits here from the front, from the chuck. That's fine, but there is a ball bearing missing then. And looks like we've got the little screw for in there, slightly different one. And most of the case ones there. So this little felt thing goes in the front as well. It's the first thing in the chuck. Then we've got that spring. There's also that little metal bit just near the screws there, goes in between these two. So it looks like I've got most things. There's a few bits missing. But luckily, they're not the expensive bits, so it's not a problem. So let's have a look then, because this obviously was taken apart for a reason, and there was a fault on this. So we'll see if we can recreate that and see what's going on. Normally, it's the brushes here. These little clips here normally burn up. You can normally see a lot of black on those, or they widen themselves out and just don't make contact properly. So I change those normally if that's the problem. But let's have a look. Whack a battery on here. Got my glove on just so I don't electrocute myself here. It's a weird little angle. So let's see what's going on. And that's not good. If you see the smoke coming out of there, always happens with this particular model. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll have a look at the brushes, we'll have a look at the motor, probably change one or the other of those or both. Now the good thing is these little connectors haven't got that burn on yet, so these can actually be reused and they fit quite well. Could put a bit of solder on there, but let's just see when we get the brushes sorted how well they fit. So what we'll do is we'll pull this out and we'll have a better look at it. Doesn't look too bad actually from here. The bearing looks fine at the bottom there, which is good. So we'll pull these out. Don't really want to disturb anything at the top because it's a nightmare to put back. And very greasy, as you can see. So let's pull this apart and have a little bit of an inspection. So it doesn't look too bad. There's not massive signs of burning. And actually the brushes there are almost touching, which is good, which means there's a lot left on those. As we've got it open, I normally just change this out anyway. There is a little bit of wear in the middle, but you're going to expect that anyway. It looks like a little bit snapped off at the bottom on one of those, but not a problem. And we can see a bit of burning around here, which normally happens, so I'll probably just swap this out. I have actually got another one that I pulled from a good unit, so I'll just pop that one in. That'll just make this much easier. Customer will only know if they watch this, but it's only good. I'm not going to charge them for it. So I know this one works perfectly well, so we'll put that one in there, and we'll change the brushes as well. So there is a little cap that goes on the top of that bearing, so don't forget that if you're doing this sort of thing. So here's a new brush holder. It comes as a wanner. So I'm just going to pop this in. Makes it much simpler. You can see there is a bit of wear on there at the minute. I'll just get the right one. There's a few of these that are fairly similar. So I just want to make sure. And that's it there. That's fine. So exactly the same size, and it's got the little legs at the top where they should be. So we'll pop these two in, and that will be fine. So that should fix that burning issue. And then we'll double check if there's anything else wrong, but I think that was it. So you can see the one on the left there is a bit of a gap towards the top of it, which could have been partially causing some of that issue. We've got a bit of burning on the motor, so maybe that was it. You normally get that with these particular ones. They're prone to being annoying. So that's how it's going to sit. the other way actually. There we go. So it's going to sit that way because the legs come out the back there. So let's pop the new one in like this, where it goes, give it a bit of a test fit, so we know that's the right one. It's good. Then what we'll do is we'll build all this up, get it back together and give it a bit of a test. So these are just going to separate like this. If you haven't seen these before, they're on little springs. Pop them on the end there, just like that. And then that is going to fit nicely in there. And remember which way those brushes go. There we go. So this is quite simple to do actually. All you want to do is make sure that brush holder's in the bottom, then you try and get the teeth to engage just at the top there. Make sure it's all the way down. And some little grooves on the top of the magnet there. You just need to line those up with where they're going to allow the case to close. So that's those. There we go. That is a Milwaukee auction that I'm watching at the same time. If anyone's got whatnot, this was Plumber's Tools a couple of weeks ago. Got some good stuff. But back to this. So, almost there. One bit I did forget is the thing I told you not to forget. So at the bottom there where the bearing is, there's a little cover here that just goes over the top. So don't forget that. So pop that in there like that. Here we go, and then we get this back on. Simple as that. So we'll pop the screws back in, and there's a lot on here. I think we only had one missing, which was good. There we go, magic. As you can see, the bottom right is missing on there. There's a fair few missing at the minute, because I just want to test it first. So let's get this hooked up again. If you're doing this, just remember which way they go. There's a black and a red, and I made a little note at the top right hand side, if you can see that. Luckily it's not focusing now, so you can't see my terrible writing. I'll put it on the non-screw side. I think I've put black on the non-screw side. So basically on the back. So you do normally have those little yellow plastic things as well that help hold this in place. Unfortunately one of those seems to be missing as well. But it's not a problem if the connection's good. So we've got those there. Let's just give this a test. It should work because we've just put basically everything new in there that will make it work. So this will be a surprise if it doesn't work. And it does look. So that's good news. It means whatever happened to this, nobody probably touched the gearbox, which is good. So everything is turning, everything is working, so we can now get this back together. So final bit of the puzzle then, we're going to pop all of this back in the housing and then see what's missing. Try and get all of these in their little guides. You don't want to snap any cables when you put these cases back together. And there's a little LED at the bottom right there as well, you just need to pop into place. Generally these fit quite well, not too bad to work on this particular one. So here we've got the change lever missing as well, so the ability to go left and right is missing on this, which is annoying, but they're only a couple of pounds, so what I'll do, I'll order one of those springs, and also there's a bearing missing out the chuck, so it's not going to hold a bit either at the minute. So we're not going to be able to go changing what direction we're going, and we're not going to be able to hold onto the drill bit, but at least it works, which is good. So almost there. Thread all these in, like I say, try not to get anything caught. Make sure the springs are in as well. So with these, it's kind of like the thinner, stiffer spring goes at the top. Wedge that in. If you're wearing gloves, be careful, because basically you snip a bit of the glove off. And then this slightly wider but less tight spring goes at the bottom. Best way to describe that. So that looks like everything's in. So what we'll do is we'll start getting it back together. Whack the case on here. All looks good. We're going to have to open this anyway when that new change lever arrives. But what we'll do is pretend it's here and make sure we just give it a proper test. So we'll screw all that back down so that we don't lose any more bits, if anything else. Takes a few days normally for these to arrive if they've got them in stock. Generally for these little bits on the Dewalts, they have most of this stuff, which is good. Right, so back together. What we'll do then, as I say, we'll give it a real test. There we go. Brilliant. So that's all working, which is good. We'll pop this screw in here. I say the spring is missing from in here, so you shouldn't really use this without the spring. It sounds stupid, but that lever does actually start to turn, and it can slip out of gear and start to grind some of the other gears if you're halfway between. So you don't want to do that, because you're slipping between drilling and hammering, and that could cause a bit of damage inside. So a few bits missing out of the head here as well, out the chuck. So we'll get them ordered. Just keep it all together for now like this, so that we don't lose anything else. So this is fairly simple. It's a really big sort of retaining clip, just pops down, keeps this all in place. Generally a couple of screwdrivers will do. There we go. And that's it, I think. Yep. And then that little rubber boot just goes on the top. And I have left one of those metal washers out, and I'll keep that though. And we'll pop that on when we've got to take this apart again. So pretty simple, a few bits missing, but not too bad. Problems fixed, and it's back together. So as I say, we're going to have to take it apart one more time, but at least we know we've fixed the issues here. And they're really standard on these things. It's normally the brushes or that motor, or both. And here all we've done is actually change both. So we know this is going to work. I say there's a spring there, not a spring, a screw missing at the top there, spring missing from in there, and then we've got a ball bearing at the front, and that's about it. Change lever at the back, and that's it. So a couple of bits changed, a couple of bits ordered. Not too bad that, but I think it was definitely worth changing because of the angles of some of those brushes there. But that definitely is it. So I'll pop this bit back in when we come to it. But that's it. Puzzle sorted. There we go.